Ellis, first career start last Saturday. What was the feeling like pregame, just getting ready for that, and how would you evaluate how you played?
I had a little nerves, with it being my first game, my first start. But, I was just glad that my coaches and my teammates just trusted me out there on the field with them.
How do you feel?
I felt like I played good, just knowing all my assignments and just everything that I had to do, really.
Yeah, Kirby said he's been talking with you and Daniel about process over results. Just kind of what have those conversations sounded like in the couple days since the game, as far as how y'all played on Saturday?
Really just making sure that we just do what we have to do, really, just to just be on the field, really. Like, for me, just making sure that everything that I do is just what they ask me to do, really.
Yeah, just in practice, we got to see him for the game action the first time on Saturday. What'd you make of Ryan Puglisi and how he's continued to develop and help you guys?
He's a really good quarterback. I've been knowing him for a good little minute now, so I've been knowing that he can he could throw the ball well, he could run the ball well. Like, he's a really good athlete and a really good ball thrower. So.
Hey Ellis, how are you feeling after the game Saturday mentally, and how's your body feeling like physically?
Mentally, how I feel about the game it went really good. Like, we all was on the same page with everything, and physically, I feel like my body feels good too as well.
Ellis, what did you take away last year having to, kind of watch and wait your turn in order to, now be a key part of the defense?
What I took away from that was just staying patient, really, and just knowing that my time was going to come eventually, and I just had to wait for it, really.
You came in the same class as Dwight Phillips. Just what's it been like watching him grow and develop and get to the point where he's getting some key reps like he did on Saturday?
It's really good. Dwight is a great player. He been doing that in practice a lot. Like, he been having a lot of good breakaway runs and everything. So, yeah, it's really fun to watch him in practice and do what he do.
Ellis, we always kind of take it lightly when a guy is so highly recruited as you that has to adjust to the college game physically. Can you talk about what that's like to throw your body into it at this level versus how you're able to dominate in high school?
It's different. SEC ball is definitely different from high school. I say it took me a couple months to adjust to it, even from like practice aspects of it, really. So it was just really adjustment for me overall, just coming here.
Coach Smart was talking a few minutes ago about some of the younger guys getting opportunities last week in that Marshall game and how valuable that was for them. When you look back to last year, some of the times you got in games, how much do you feel like that helped you to where you are now in your sophomore year?
Getting game reps definitely helped me, just adjusting to the crowds and just how, like, loud crowds get, really. And you get that in-game experience. It'll definitely help you for, like, overall experiences in-game.
Ellis, when you guys as a defense look at goals from game to game, how does turnovers stack up? You guys, come up with some good statistics, but maybe not always as many turnovers as you guys would want. How important is that?
How important is turnovers? Oh, it's really important. We talk about turnovers every day, starts in practice, We just have to make sure that we just get turnovers that we always talk about, really.
Ellis, we saw Kyron on Saturday with that big club on his hand, and he's out there playing and making plays. What do you think that says about him, that he's playing through that and still doing what he can to help you guys?
He's a team player. That's how I look at it, really, doing anything to help the team out.
In terms of where you are now, where would you like to see yourself as a player by the end of the season?
Say that one more time.
Where do you kind of want to progress to as a player by the end of the season?
I don't really have an answer for that right now.
You guys have flipped the page from Marshall to Austin Peay. What stands out about that offense when you study and prepare for that game?
They have a good offense. They brought a lot of good transfers in from a lot of major, like, powerhouse schools. So just making sure that we stay on top of just the film and just everything that our coaches tell us to do, really.
Over here on the left here. Ellis, in terms of the guys you go up against in practice, it looks like all shapes and sizes. Can you talk about going up against some of those bigger receivers and what you've seen out of Zachariah Branch?
Yeah, our receiving core, I feel like we have like the best receiving core in the nation, really. Like just going up against those guys in practice, it only makes yourself better at that too. So that's really how I see it.
Dwight, just walk us through your touchdown on Saturday, just what you saw when you got the toss and just what that feeling was like.
I saw my teammates make some incredible blocks, which got me one-on-one with the safety, and I just made a play.
Yeah, I think the one everybody wants to know is can you walk us through the Peanut nickname and just what does it mean to be so beloved by your teammates? It feels like.
How they came up with my name was Coach Muschamp. We was in the team meeting room, and I guess he had said it. And with being in love with my teammates, I love them back. We all built the brotherhood here, and yeah.
Yeah, your dad is an Olympic gold medalist, winning it in Athens of all places. What is your relationship like with him, and how has he helped you develop as an athlete and sort of walking you through, the expectations that come with performing at such high a level?
Can you ask the question one more time?
Yeah, just your dad being an Olympic athlete, how has he helped you in your own progress in terms of becoming an athlete, and what is that relationship like?
Yeah, we have a phenomenal relationship. I talk to him every day. When I wanted to run track in 10th grade, he had helped me and showed me the mechanics I would have to use to somewhat be good.
Yeah, Kirby was saying this was your first spring here. You weren't here last spring. What was this past spring like for you in terms of getting in the weight room, learning the offense more, all that kind of stuff to become a more complete running back?
Yeah, I liked it for the most part, focus on just lifting weights, getting stronger, and just knowing the offense more. It was great.
Have you had any timed runs recently? Any 40s, 100s, anything like that? You back out on the track at any time?
No, sir. Straight football.
When you look back to your freshman year, can you put your finger on a moment where you felt like it started to click for you, where you kind of felt like that you were fitting in at this level?
Probably this off season, with just reps.
Dwight, can anyone on the team hang with you in a 100-meter dash? And if so, who would that be?
I mean, that's a good question. Probably KJ Bowden.
Yeah, last year you get a touchdown late in that win over Florida. Just as a freshman, what did that moment mean to you in scoring in that game?
It meant a lot, my teammates having the confidence in me to make the play. And, yeah, that's really all I need.
Yeah, how much have Nate and Chauncey, the two guys you came in with, helped? How much have y'all all helped each other to really get to the point where all of y'all are in line for meaningful reps this year, it seems like?
Can you ask the question one more time?
You and Nate and Chauncey, y'all all came in together in the same class. How much have y'all all helped each other to get to the point where y'all are now?
Just pushing each other each day in practice, just getting better by each practice.
You were over here. You were saying earlier that this offseason was kind of when it felt like you were feeling comfortable at this level, at the college level. What happened for you specifically this offseason that kind of made that feeling come for you?
Honestly, just getting used to working hard on it every day.
Dwight, when you look at the other running backs in y'all's room, what's the competition level like for you as part of that group, and how you guys make each other better every day at practice?
We just compete, Everybody's happy for one another. We just go out there and compete and just know that we got to make a play.
And just kind of following up on the competition thing, just like specifically, are there certain drills that are guys looking at the GPS numbers at the end of practice, or they're side-by-side runs and gassers. I mean, when we talk about, or in the weight room, are you watching each other's numbers? Like, what are some of the examples of how a competition takes place beyond, just what you do on the field?
Can you ask it one more time?
Yeah, just the different ways that when we talk about competition, are there like specific examples? Like, do you guys compare your, GPS numbers, point out who was fastest that day, or do you ever get to run head to head against each other in any kind of conditioning runs, or compare what you're lifting? Like, when we talk about competition, like, what are some specific examples of where you compete?
I would say just motivating each other, pushing each other to be better. I wouldn't say, we compare what we do.
Two things. One, with Coach Muschamp, what did he say the reason was he called you Peanut?
I don't really know the real answer. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. And have you been known as kind of a track guy playing football, and is that something that kind of like a knock that you're trying to change, or what?
I just go out there and play. I don't really worry about the narrative.
Dwight, something that we heard throughout the offseason was, people around this team saying Georgia has to run the ball better. As a running back on this team, how much have you, and really the entire room, kind of taken that to heart as far as the need to play better than y'all did last year?
Yeah, just honing in on just getting better each and every day so we can make our goal.